Welcome students, welcome again to this next video lecture. I hope that you might have studied or listened the previous video which includes the introduction to syllabus prescribed by D. Bhattu, and another video was that introduction to soft skill, why soft skills is necessary to flourish our personality. These two video lectures you might be studied previously. So right now in this video lecture we are going to proceed, we are going to study the contents of speaking skills, content which is described in the syllabus. The in first module, in this first module, this first point is given, that is speaking skills. So see here how much it is beneficial for us. It is depend upon you, because speaking skills very much important, because as usual there are four skills, LSRW. You have already studied in the first year. Let me revise some part. So that listening, speaking, reading and writing, these are the four skills which are very much important in our day-to-day life. And those four skills are classified into two categories: skills of comprehension and skills of expression. So speaking skill is a skills of expression. Again, reading skill is a skill of expression, and remaining two are, that is listening and uh, listening and listening and reading. These are the two skills which are used for comprehension. And speaking and writing, these two skills are used for expression. So we are going to study this skill of expression, how it is beneficial for us, that is what is speaking. So see here, speaking is an act of making vocal sounds. Right now I am speaking, but you are listening the sound. So this is the, by my side it is the speaking, but your side you are listening the vocal sounds. Okay, so we can say that speaking means to converse or expressing one's thoughts and feelings in spoken language. Okay, and to speak often implies conveying information. Right now I am conveying the information regarding your syllabus, regarding your module, regarding the contents which are included in that, in those modules. So it is a speaking that I am using here. So it may be from an informal remark to a scholarly presentation to a formal address. Right now it is a formal address, but sometimes I use the remark, sometimes I use informally, I speak informally uh, throughout this video. So although this matters here, at last this is my speaking skill. I am giving here oral presentation. Okay, so what Roger Love, that is vocal trainer, says, see here, all speaking is public speaking, whether it's to one person or a thousand. So whatever speaking skill you are using, it may be considered as a public speaking, and that public speaking use may be used for one person or a thousand people. Okay, so it doesn't matter. The base of this skill is that speaking skill. Okay, so speaking skills are the skills that give us the ability to communicate effectively. Okay, so speaking skills provide us the ability to communicate effectively. Again, these skills allow the speaker to convey his message in a passionate, thoughtful and convincing manner. Means your speaking is not a regular type of speaking or casual speaking. Throughout that speaking you are going to convince the audience, you are going to speak passionately, thoughtfully, and throughout that passionate speaking you are going to convince the audience your material. Okay, or your content, your thoughts, your feelings. Then speaking skills also help to assure that one won't be misunderstood by those who are listening. Means suppose throughout the speaking someone is misunderstood, and at the same time if those listeners are misunderstood, you are going to clarify their doubts, their query, as they should not be misunderstood the contents they have listened, the material they have listened previously. So these speaking skills help you to convince the audience. It gives you the ability to communicate effectively. Okay, so see here, then what are speaking skills? What is included in the speaking skills? Okay, we say that we use some contents while giving the oral presentation. We use our words, we use visuals, we use ppts, okay, or we use videos. So what includes in the speaking skill, and what is the percentage of speaking skills that is used in our day-to-day life? So verbal skill has the 7% weightage, throughout which we deliver the words spoken. We speak the words, that is the verbal, and that percentage is 7%. Again 13% weightage is given to vocal, that includes tone, range, appeal, again credibility of voice. Okay, so these verbal and vocal includes the speaking skill. But visual effects, whenever we give, while giving the oral presentation, we also use visual effects, which has the great impact on the audience of the on the minds of the audience, that is 55%. So while giving the presentation, it is very feasible and applicable to use the visuals or images or videos or ppts, because how does it impress the audience? In this way it creates for this you should have a good physical appearance, you should have the gesture, you should have good eye contact. Okay, so these things are covered in the speaking skills. Okay, means how do you look like, how do you look in front of the audience? So this is very much important. This skill, that is speaking skill, is very much important while delivering any content. But while we speak, it should not be without any objective. We should have any objective, or we should have any purpose while speaking. Then speaking consists of three parts, that is why to speak, what to speak, and how to speak. Okay, means we speak, but why what is the reason to speak? Okay, again what content you are going to share with the audience, and in what manner you are going to share that contents with the audience or with the recipient. So these are the three contents. Then let us study in detail why to speak. Okay, we speak not just presentation, we are not giving the presentation only. For having the concern of only presentation, we are not speaking. But while giving the presentation, we also persuade the audience, we also convince the audience that this much is important, or something means according to that content, according to that object, you convince the audience. Then get people's mind share. Why we speak? Because we want to involve the audience in our interaction, in our communication. Okay, so we get the share of mind of the people in your communication. So how that what is the origin point? Where the audience was. While speaking, we should think that where the audience is, that is our origin point. Who is that audience? What is the category of that audience? What is the class of that audience? What is the knowledge of that knowledge level of that audience? We should know that, and accordingly we should persuade. Okay, and the key point is that where you took them. Okay, means first of all you observe the audience, these all categories of audience or features or characteristics of this audience. Then by observing this, you will took that audience to the highest level. Means when when you can say that they have reached the highest point, when the audience will understand properly uh, with the skill of persuasion, and it is used in the speaking skill. Okay, so what to speak? We just observe why to speak. Second point is what to speak. So brainstorming, first point is given here, brainstorming. So individual brainstorming is the process of you getting your ideas out on paper. Mean throughout the brainstorming means you think over that point, and whatever you think, whatever you meditate, those points you get on the paper. That is called here brainstorming. Means so many thoughts arise in your mind, and whatever is applicable you get those points on the paper. Second point is speaking with the format. So for speaking there is a format available. The format is given here. Generally that is called here IBC. That includes I means introduction. Before proceeding further, while or before speaking whatever contents you have prepared, before speaking you should start with introduction, and that introduction might include your personal experience. You may share their anecdotes, you may share their stories, okay, you may share their your current experience, okay. So these things you may apply in the part of introduction. The body. Second point is that body or B. Body means the contents you have collected. On the basis of that content or material you are going to illustrate there in this body. And last one is conclusion. Means whatever you have said already in the part of introduction and in the part of body we have already illustrated those things, you should summarize at the end, that is in the part of conclusion. So these three elements are very much important while speaking. Those are introduction, body and conclusion. So aiming to persuasion. What is your aim to persuade? Why you are going to convince the audience? What you are going to convince them? So the aim is that you while giving the persuasion, while doing the persuasion, see here you should be confident and you should be passionate, and it is the key for your persuasion. While persuading, convincing the audience, you should be confident and passionate, and these are the keys for persuasion. And fourth point is that perfect clarity of thoughts. While giving the oral presentation or public presentation that you do in groups or teams, okay, or in debate, or most of the time you speak one to one or one to more, okay. So at that time you should have clarity of thoughts, perfect clarity of thoughts. So this is the second element, what to speak. And third is how to speak. Means speak like a star. Star is a method which includes situation, task, attitude and results. Situation means you have to observe what is the situation, what is the condition where you are going to release your material, where you are going to speak. So by observing that situation you should prepare your presentation. Then task. What is the task given to you? Obviously the task given to you is that to convince the audience. Again this star method is also applicable at the time of interview also. Means you have to imagine the task. Means suppose they will give you question, from on the basis of your previous knowledge or the work you have done in previous companies, or on imagination level they will ask several questions, and on the basis of that imaginary questions or hypothetical questions you should imagine this star method. Means what may be the situation and what kind of tasks you will do, what kind of actions you will take, okay. And attitude. The next is A stands for attitude. You should keep the positive attitude always while giving your presentation or speaking, and if you do these things, at last you will get the good result, okay. So this is the star method you may apply while speaking. Then there are 3 E's of speaking. You might aware the word that is infotainment, which includes information and entertainment. Likewise you should entertain the audience, okay, while delivering your content. Then you should speak effectively and you should speak enthusiastically, and for doing this your brain helps you. According to Sir John Jessel, he says that the human brain starts working the moment you are born and never stops until you stand up to speak in public. Means sometimes you are blocked while giving the presentation. There are so many thoughts arising in your mind, okay. And if you are prepared perfectly, if you have perfect clarity of thoughts, that time you won't have any fear, okay. So your brain helps you to give good presentation, if it is active, if you are doing the if you are thinking positively and actively. So keep in mind these three ease of speaking. Again, there are kinds of speaking situations in which we find ourselves. Those are interactive situation, partially interactive situation, and non-interactive situation. So interactive sessions include or situations include face-to-face conversation, telephone conversation in which we are alternately listening and speaking, and in which we have a chance to ask for clarification, we have a chance for repetition or slower speech from our conversation partner. Okay, so these such kind of conditions includes the interactive situation where we can speak. Second kind of speaking situation is partially interactive, such as when speaking a speech to live audience. For live audience, you may speak alone as a presenter, but audience is only passively listening, where the conversation is that where the convention is that the audience doesn't interrupt the speech. He doesn't interrupt your speech. The speaker nevertheless can see the audience. No doubt the speakers can easily see the audience and judge from the expressions on their faces and body language whether or not he or she is being understood. At the time you are partially interactive. You can as a presenter you can alone observe whether they are understood or not by observing their facial expressions and their body language. Okay, and third kind of situation, speaking situation, is that totally non-interactive. That is such as when recording a speech for a radio broadcast. Now it is a non-interactive. This current video lecture is non-interactive. Okay, so these are the three types of kinds of speaking situations. Then there are do's and don'ts while giving the public speaking. So what are the do's things or don'ts, things you shouldn't do while giving the presentation? Those are reading directly from notes. Okay, means you should not read directly from the notes as it is. You should avoid that. The next thing you should avoid, that is turn back on audience. It is not applicable while giving your presentation. Then hands in pocket, avoid this thing also. Then avoid such gap fillers, that is again such kind of things you use there. Okay, that you have already done this, such way you should avoid. The nervous gestures, you should avoid that. Again, you should avoid talking too fast or talking too slowly or quietly. Okay, so these are the general things you should avoid while giving the public speaking or while speaking with someone else, speaking with one person or speaking with more person, or large people or large group of people or small group of people. So kind words are sweet to the soul. So while giving the presentation, while speaking, keep in mind that use kind words while speaking. That is, speak kindness, speak sweetness, and speak love. Okay, by observing the audience, you should use this thing. Again, while giving the public speaking, you should apply this. That is, you should keep good eye contact. You can glance at notes throughout the presentation. Then you can have appropriate gestures, and you can ask rhetorical questions to the audience. It means yes or no. Okay, those are called rhetorical questions. Again, there are more tips given for presentation. But while giving the presentation, before giving the presentation, you should do the rehearsal. And while doing the rehearsal, what to do? These things you have to do here. Okay, see, visualize What to visualize means visualize that you are in front of the audience and you are giving the presentation. So that is the visualize. Then pull shoulders back and down while rehearsing. Then hands at your side. Keep your hands at your side, not the back of your not your back. Okay, not on your stomach, not on your chest, or you should not fold that. Then pause before starting. Take a small pause before starting. Then toes pointing towards the center back of the room. Again, legs standing grounded, slightly apart. Here it is given. Then tighten stomach in and chin up slightly. Chin up slightly. Okay. Then verbalize key message. Throughout the speaking, you should repeat those points or the contents that you are going to focus throughout that presentation. It means that repeat those key messages. And last is maintain eye contact with audience. From the beginning till the end of your presentation, maintain eye contact with the audience. So these are the several tips you may follow while rehearsing, and if you do the rehearsal, you will be perfect at oral presentation or public presentation. The next thing you should be aware, that is posture. In order to project effectively, it is essential to have a good posture. You should have a good posture. Good posture, gesture, these things all we have already studied in first year. So good posture also conveys professionalism, sorry, confidence and authority, which will help people be more likely to listen to your speak. Then stand with feet shoulder width, then shoulders back and chin level. Imagine your spine is a string and someone is holding that string way above your head, means you should stand erect. Okay. Then there are some common barriers to effective communication or effective presentation. What are those barriers? See, here we have already studied. You may just instantly click that the barriers, that is physical barrier, linguistic barrier, semantic barrier, which is also called language barriers, then technical barriers. Okay. These are the several barriers. And again, additional barriers are given here. See, the use of jargon, means what is called a jargon? Over complicated, unfamiliar and technical terms are called here jargons, and we should avoid that. We should use simple language. Then emotional barriers and taboos. Some people may find it difficult to express their emotions, and some topics may be completely off limits or taboo, and that language we should avoid. Then lack of attention, interest, distractions or irrelevance to the receiver, those points, these things we should avoid. Then differences in perception and viewpoints, means whatever you are delivering the contents, expressing the contents, it may have different perceptions or viewpoints according to the audience. Okay, you should clarify that. Then physical disabilities such as hearing problems or speech difficulties, then you should aware these things. Okay. It may happen with you or it may happen with audience also. Okay. So these are the common barriers for effective presentation or communication. So next is that physical barriers to non-verbal communication, which includes not being able to see the non-verbal cues, gestures, postures and general body language can make communication less effectively. So you should be aware what are the physical barriers and in what way you are standing, in what is your posture, gesture, what kind of verbal cues you are using, or what kind of body language you are using. You should be aware these things to avoid the barriers, physical barriers. Then language differences and the difficulty in understanding unfamiliar accents. Okay, means you may release this barrier by observing the knowledge of audience, their knowledge level of audience, the category of audience. Then expectations and prejudices which may lead to false assumption or stereotyping. Means audience may expect, they may prejudice about your presentation. What happens here? See, people often hear what they expect to hear rather than what is actually said and jump to incorrect conclusion. Okay, so first of all, observe what are their expectations, then you may proceed, or then you may deliver your content. Okay, then cultural differences. It may happen on international level. So the norms of international level or national level. Okay, so the norms of social interaction vary greatly in different cultures, as do the way in which emotions are expressed. For example, the concept of personal space varies between cultures and between different social settings. Okay, so this is called here means there are personal spaces. Personal space, we may say public zone, means there are zones, and according to the zone we should behave or we should speak. For example, public zone, social zone, intimate zone. Okay, these are the zones, and by observing these zones you can communicate with the people. So these things we have studied in this current video lecture. So we may study again, we may cover next content, that is questioning techniques, hmm? Or feedback, which is a little bit important in the soft skill. Okay, so till the next lecture, thank you, and stay home, stay safe, have a good day.